Welcome back to the compound and the changes in here. You see that I planted a few palovnia trees. They arrived this Friday and I decided I go ahead and take advantage and planted them. I'm also irrigating this patch here 3 times a day. I'm using a hose, not the drip irrigation that you see there. My thought is, while these plants establish themselves, I better provide them ample amounts of water. The drip irrigation would not be sufficient. But later, when they are established, then I can keep the place moist. And once the sun hemp and friends have grown, there will also be some ground cover, so therefore less evaporation. You can see that they already have emerged here. This is the seed that we brought out last. The other seed further ahead, somewhere over there at the beginning, that is in the ground probably 3 weeks earlier. What I also did is that I pruned a little bit these palovnia trees, and apparently they also need more water than I was providing them. I tried to keep it to a minimum and that wasn't so good, so I used the sprinkler and the drip irrigation there a few times over the last few days, so that they can lift up their leaves and grow their leaves, and it seems to be working. We have to figure out how much water each place needs so that we can put this into the application and later automate it based on the experience that we are making. And I said pruning, so I removed some of the branches at the very bottom. Here you can see a little bit of that, and I also cut down a little bit the grasses around so that the trunk is free, but it looks nice. They are not for wood, so this is more an experiment to learn, and as it's right in front of the house, that's pretty easy because I see them every day, multiple times. What I also have been doing is here, so right now you see there that valve that is open, that shut-off valve, because the pond and the vetiver there should receive a little bit, and that helps also the trees around. So we just use this hose that moves water from the well that we have in A17, the one that has the water tower, and just move a little bit of the water over here. The pump is currently on, so it's a direct connection. It does not go into the tower and then by gravity to here, so it goes a little bit faster. And that configuration also has helped to use that hose. So right now this is shut off. Let me switch this. So if I do this, and now I have to be careful with the camera because there is a slight leak. You can see this has pressure, and if I now use the hose, you can definitely see that this has some effect. Another thing that I've been doing over the last few days, and especially today, I have been in there with the backhoe and made a hole, the existing hole, a lot deeper. I have not found water yet, but it's definitely moist down there. But it's not that there will be water. This is simply too shallow, and I can probably not go to the 3.5 meters, but it's definitely moist, so that material that comes out of it does have a darker color. Now of course it will disappear, but you can also see what kind of material that is. So this is minerals basically. There is very little organic content, which is part of the problem. And you can see it there, you don't see any roots. So this is the problem. That boulder there I will probably leave inside, but my idea is to dig a little bit deeper, because this is the fill that I need at the other place. I'll show you in a second. And so here I can probably make the bottom a little bit deeper. So maybe this will be 2 meters deep instead of what I have right now, which is about 150 or so. That ramp here is a little bit steep, so one can get scared when driving into this with that backhoe, because you don't want to fall over and backwards in that case. So that would not be very, very nice. Driving machinery can be dangerous. I understand. So now let's turn this off and go over there and show you the other part. And actually I can leave these and let these little boys out, because yeah, that's right. So bleib, 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 bleib. Hey, bleib. Checker. Bleib. 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 Checker. Bleib. Ah, checker. Need some reminder. Bleib. So, komm. Aha. Na, Oliver, wollen wir nicht machen. Mama dog don't like to be greeted with too many dogs at the same time. They have water inside of the dog enclosure, but this water is fresher because it does not sit in the sun. So what I wanted to show you over here, we have the Polovnias that arrived Friday. Today is Saturday, so yesterday. And I wet this here this morning pretty good. And because there is the horse manure and straw combination, so basically compost, it is still dark and is holding moisture a lot better than the fully exposed low organic content soil over at the other place. And the Polovnias that survived, they are showing definitely good color and good leaf size depending on the size of the tree. This one there is definitely making headway. And let me show you that. So this is the place where I put in the fill, everything that I dig out of the pond in the dog enclosure in the future one. And soon when I'm done here, hopefully by tomorrow, I can then plant my trees here at the edge of this. While I'm walking around here, I'll also do a little thing so that you can have an idea. So the Polovnias that we have down there in B1, they have not received any irrigation so far. And there is some rain in the forecast, it comes and goes. So maybe it can be avoided to irrigate there. They are looking okay. And given that they have survived so far, means their roots somehow have reached a water source. So especially that one over there is pretty good looking. So that one definitely found something. And even this one there ones look okay, but I think they do need a little bit of water, just to make them grow faster. And this one here has received, and I will also turn this on. This is a Paulownia tomentosa. That is the nice version with nice flowers. It is still infertile, but it is the version that has flowers. And I modified this here a little bit. So this hose here only goes to that tree there. And this is the drip irrigation for all the vetiver around this farm. So let me open this here. And it doesn't have to be for a long time, which is why we can do this together. You can see that there it just comes out like this. This is on purpose. The idea is to wet the area around for a couple of minutes and then turn it off. So you can do this in real time while I show you the interesting detail. So doesn't this look very nice? So there, these red flowers, they're called amapola around here, and they make this patch of vetiver look very nice. And there are quite a few. We did not seed them, they just appeared all by themselves. And of course, inside of this structure of this platform, there is a lot of moisture. And that is why the vetiver works, and it helps to stabilize this. So I'm very happy how this system turned out. And this is now certainly enough, because you see it is overflowing and it's now finding the way down there. And since the last time, the stuff around has started to grow, which is also good. But we don't want to drown the tree, so let's turn this off. Yeah, and that also happens because here and there is some air in the line. It gets flushed out. So that was the irrigation of Paulownia tomentosa. And you can see here we have the amapolas also. So that is very, very nice to see. And of course stuff is leaking, and that is why around everything is green. So if we had frequent rainfall, that would be how the whole area would look like. But unfortunately we don't. And speaking about, let me show you the sky. So there is some cold wind. It is warm, but the wind is definitely on the colder side. And you can see that also there in the sky. That is why we have those clouds. Because, as you might know, hot air definitely can contain a lot more moisture than cold air, and when hot air gets cold, then you have visible moisture, means clouds. And if the temperature drops just enough, the moisture content goes high enough, then there will be rain. So this is what makes the sky look very pretty. But of course, this is not enough for rain. But supposedly, there will be something in maybe 5 or 7 days. Of course, forecast that long is always wrong. But it shows up, it goes away and shows up again, so it might actually happen. And the vetiver that I'm showing you here at the edge seems to be a little bit dry, but it's also growing. Here and there you can also see that the leaves are still a little bit purple, but there is green coming up. Of course, those there are a lot better developed. Vetiver needs heat, so if it's wet and cold, it won't go. It definitely needs heat and not a lot of water, which is why this is the perfect summer plant. Besides the fact that 4 meter long roots also make very good erosion control, which is why we have this around here to stabilize this whole thing. There will be some construction in the future here on top, but it's not going to be that pole barn. I have some other ideas, but there's no point in talking about this because these ideas, they change frequently. So that should be it. The only thing that is left for me to do today, I need to go there where the water tower is and change the bypass. So there's a bypass that connects the well pump directly to the hose that goes into the compound and bypasses the tower. And I need to change this back so that during the night when we need water in the house, we get the water out of the tower. Because when there's no sun, the pump will not run. So that should be it. And see you next time.